it really gave us an opportunity to be supportive of not just people as a collective or a group of people as a collective, but to be supportive of individuals whom we knew quite well. And so in some ways it was very special that way. But it's exciting to see where it's grown to.
I would really like Women's Caucus members' help in helping us identify what those pieces are. Has the Women's Caucus been a place where you've been able to find friends, allies, research partners, other spaces outside of the Women's Caucus that are good intellectual spaces for you? In other words, did you come to the Women's Caucus and then learn about WISE? Or did you come to the Women's Caucus and then learn about FTGS? Just be curious how other people came to the Women's Caucus. Was it just you're all morning people? Or was it because you too were brought by somebody and then kept coming year after year?
I mean, I think that when young graduate students come into their fields, there's this kind of built-in sense of intimidation and fear, right? Which actually I think probably never really leaves some academics. This is the imposter syndrome that we sometimes suffer with. But I think that when you come into an organization that is as large as this and is dominated as much as it is by men, that you anticipate that this feeling of alienation will always remain, that it will be constant, that it's just a given. And I think that the Women's Caucus provides an interruption to that feeling for many women that they've just become used to as they enter into fields like international relations and political science that are male-dominated. And so the Women's Caucus, it's really needed. You know, I think it doesn't always have the swag of other organizations, right? Because it's just those women getting together to support one another, but it's more than a support group. It's about the ways in which we can support one another and provide skills to one another to survive and thrive in a discipline that's not always hospitable to us.
And then, of course, as a feminist, not just a scholar, but a feminist more generally, it just makes sense to be involved in the caucus that is actually advocating for women in the profession.